Is Alexander Povetkin a drugs cheat? I'm Teekosey, and this is with just 15 defeats. Teekosey here again, and welcome to another round of With Just 15 Defeats. In today's show, we're going to be discussing Povetkin's failed drugs test and where Wilder goes from here. But first of all, thanks for stepping by and watching the video. I hope you enjoy the content. If you have any comments, leave them below. I just want to have a big shout out to everyone that's been supporting the channel in the last couple of weeks. The stats are going through the roof, which is really good. So if you've got any comments down below, I'll get back to you. Click on the subscribe button, and as always, we'll stick a little poll in the top right hand corner, so get involved. That'll be great. So, like everyone, massively disappointed that the Wilder Povetkin fight has been called off. Was really looking forward to it, as I alluded to in the preview video, which is still up there. If you want to check it out and see what my opinions are on that fight, check it out on the channel. But what I said was that there's a lot of big fights coming up. For me, the Wilder Povetkin fight was not only the most exciting, but it was going to be the best fight. It was the most important fight of the entire division, because how it would shake up everything, how it would push one of these guys on to a potential unification fight. So hugely disappointed. And the reason why it's been cancelled is that Alexander Povetkin failed a test for a banned substance that's become a banned substance this year. The substance is meldonium, and what that is it's a substance that increases blood flow to carry more oxygen to the muscles. So effectively, it enhances the stamina, which most athletes are going to be interested in, and particularly heavyweight boxers. And it's the same drug that Sharapova was caught out of recently. You probably heard about this story. She got caught out on it on a test and was banned by the tennis organisation for a period of time. I think that's coming up to an end, her ban, so she might be available to compete in Wimbledon this year or one of the Opens. But she basically said that she had been taking the drug pretty much her entire career, and wasn't I think she said that she wasn't aware that the drug had suddenly become a banned substance. So just to talk about Sharapova briefly, it kind of puts a massive cloud over her entire career, because if she's taken that substance for her entire career, she says she took it for a medical reason. That doesn't matter. The fact is that we know that substance is performance enhancing, so she's had that additional bit extra in her performance. So Sharapova's been to 10 Grand Slam finals, she's won 5 of them, she's beaten the great Serena in one of them. So you have to think, would she have even made those finals? This performance enhancing substance might have only given her 1% extra. I don't know. It might have given her 1%, 2%, whatever. That might have been enough to win an extra point here, win an extra point there, win a set, whatever, get her to the next round, have that little bit extra. So it just casts a dark cloud over her entire career. And now we've got to say the same about Alexander Povetkin. Povetkin, he's an Olympic medalist. He's a world champion. He's only lost to Vladimir Klitschko. He's been in some amazing fights throughout his entire career. But now we have to think, hold on a minute. Was he taking this substance throughout his entire career? Has he been getting that little bit extra? Has he had that unfair advantage over everyone else? And if that's the case, crikey, Povetkin now falls down in the estimations of a lot of people. Trust me. So, I don't know. He basically said that he stopped taking it last year and he's still got a trace in his system. Now, doesn't matter. It's still in his system, so he failed the test. So, you have to think, if you knew, if that's true, that he decided to stop taking it when it was illegal, surely with a massive fight coming up, you would have thought maybe he would have got his own testing done to see that he was clean. Because then he could have just brushed this under the carpet, waited until he was clean, and then competed. Instead, he's failed a massive drugs test. His name's over everything. He is going to go down as a drugs cheat. Simple as that. We know this. Now, you look at Lucas Browne. Lucas Browne failed a test. He can argue all he likes about, he thinks he's been spiked and all this sort of situation. The history isn't going to tell that story. History's not going to tell that story. They're going to say that he failed the test, title was stripped, doesn't get to defend his title that he won. I felt he won that fight. A lot of people say he didn't win the fight. I think he won that fight. Now, he passed a test before the fight, then the second test failed. Something happened, and you have to wonder. I think the drug that he failed for was weight cutting, a weight cutting drug. Now, his argument is that he's a heavyweight. Why would he want that? Why would he need that? So it is a bit strange. We'll never know the truth, and that's why he was stripped of the title and given a 6-month ban. That's unlucky for him. And his name is going through the mud if he's innocent. But he might not be innocent. We can all say we're innocent, but he's failed the test, and that's it. Povetkin failed the test, that's it. It's shit, but this is the facts. Now, I was trying to think of guys that, like, is this a problem in boxing? We know it's a problem in sport. Just going back about casting a dark cloud over people's career, we know that the Olympic Russian team got banned. So this is obviously a problem with Russian sports people taking this banned substance. Now you have to think, are other Russian sports people doing the same? Now, I hate to say this, but you got your man down a few divisions below, Sergey Kovalev, the murderous Kovalev. People are going to start questioning this guy. Now, that might be unfair to put that on his door, but with all these other Russian sportsmen, sportswomen failing these tests, you've got to question it. You've got to question it. And the fact that he's been so murderous for his career, literally, that is he got that extra 1%? Has he got that extra 1%? We don't know. But anyway, now, is there a problem in the heavyweight division with failed drugs test? Now, just from my memory, in recent years, we've obviously got the Browne and Povetkin. I think Ariola dropped a test for marijuana. Pathetic. Also, I think Oquendo, I can't remember whether he got some dodgy shit with when he had his fight with Chagiev. And let's be honest, just going back, the fact that Browne has been stripped means that they've ordered the Oquendo Chagiev fight. God, who is looking forward to that shit? No one. Anyway, but we've got Tepa last year knocking out David Price. He fails a test. We've got Dillian Whyte. He failed a test a couple of years ago and he served a fairly substantial ban. We've got Tony Thompson, who also knocked out David Price. He failed a test. We've got Luis Ortiz. I believe he's failed at least one, possibly two in his career, which is crazy. And then just off the top of my head, I remember that Larry, big Larry Alamabiwo, like, it's blatantly obvious. But I mean, he failed a test and he was out for a while. But anyway, yes, it's a problem. It's a problem, and I think part of the problem is that there's all these supplements out there, all these different kinds of medication out there that you can take, and the fact that there's so many different types of medication that can be used for different problems. So we're talking about health here, that you can take one drug, tablet, pill, whatever, and it can do a variety of things. Do you know what I mean? Like depression, pain relief, and whatever. All these different things, and the fact is they can provide all different benefits. So that is half the problem. And these guys are taking these things, and they're on the list. They're not on the list. Taking a cough syrup or whatever. It's getting crazy what you can take and what you can't. I suppose the best advice is to take nothing, and just be clean, train hard, and whatever. It's tough. It's tricky, but that's the facts here. That is the facts. We need the sport to be clean. We want the best athletes fighting the best athletes, and we want true results. We want the best guys to be the best guys. We want the true results, and we want it fair. That's it. Simple as that, right? But let's just draw a line over that, and let's move on. Deontay Wilder. Massively disappointing that he's not going to get this matchup. I mean, I was looking forward to it, as I said just a few moments ago. I think it was going to be not only a war, but it was going to be one to remember, and it was potential fight of the year sort of stuff. Now, where does he go from here? Now, his team has said the fight is off. It's completely off. WBC said it's been postponed. They said it's off. They're not interested in it, which is fair. They want a level playing field. They want to cut their ties with Povetkin. Povetkin mandatory, but they want to cut their ties with him. I would not be surprised if Povetkin gets some sort of ban, like Lucas Browne did. Because if it's similar sort of thing, he's going to get the ban. So the fact is that we can forget about this matchup. I think we can forget about the Povetkin Wilder matchup. It could happen again down the road, whether Wilder would be prepared to fight him. We don't know. So who's he going to fight? Who could Wilder fight next? So I've just got the WBC rankings in front of me. We've obviously got Wilder as the champion, number one contender, Alexander Povetkin, cutting him out. So if we talk about the top 15, we're talking about top 15 here. Alexander Povetkin, cutting him out. That leaves us with 14 guys. 14 guys in the top 15. Now, of the top 15, you got Stavern, Duhaupas, Malik Scott, Molina. 4 guys who's already dispatched. So, Malik Scott is a potential. I'm going to put that out there. That's a potential. Other 3 out of the way. Takam and Parker, I think you can take them out as well. I think you can take out Spilka, Chisora, Chagiev, definitely Gerald Washington. Right? So what does that leave us with? That leaves us with Pulev. That leaves us with Andy Ruiz Jr., David Hay, Byron Jennings, and Malik Scott. 5 guys. There's 5 guys there. Pulev, that would be a good fight. That would be a very, very good fight. I think that's probably the best fight after Povetkin. The best fight after Povetkin. Whether it will happen, I don't know. I don't know whether it's going to sell or whatever, but it's a good fight. Andy Ruiz Jr. He doesn't deserve a shot. I'm sorry. I did my video on Andy Ruiz Jr. for his fight this week, preview. I seem to have got a bit of hate from that, despite the fact that I said that Ruiz was going to win it. I think maybe because I implied that I don't think he's ready, that he's been stalling. But to go from the level he's been at to jump to title, I'm not convinced there. Jennings, good fight. Good fight. I actually think this is a good fight. He's lost to Klitschko, he's lost to Ortiz, but good showings in both fights. And I think if they were to kind of put together a July date for Wilder, Jennings, I think it would be a good fight. I think it'd be a good test. I'm not saying it's gonna be the best fight of all time, but I think Jennings would give him a good test, give him a good workout. Unlikely to beat him, but I think it would give him a good workout. I think it'd be a good fight, and I think it'd probably sell. Again, Malik Scott, I don't know whether that'd be a good fight, and the fact that he knocked him out in one round previously, but he's worked his way back up. A little bit of controversy about the Scott Wilder fight. It's a potential. If they want to have a quick one in the next 6 weeks, I could see them making that as well. Okay, but the fight I think probably could happen. David Haye challenging for Wilder's belt. And the reason I say that, David Haye's fighting this week against Arnold Jajai. In all probability, he's going to stop him in, I don't know, somewhere between 30 and 180 seconds, right? So he's going to be fresh. And I think if David Haye's got any sense, I would say after he knocks out Jajai, forget about Anthony Joshua. Call out Wilder. They can make a massive fight for that. I think the promotion's right, and there could be a lot of money on the table for that fight. Would David Haye beat him? I don't know. That's for another day to discuss that. We'll discuss that on another day. But I think David Haye would be a fight that Wilder would take. I think Wilder would take that fight, and I think he would fancy his chances. So, pretty much, that wraps up what I wanted to discuss today about Povetkin, Browne, and where Wilder goes from here. It's a bit of a downer for the week, and now we've got a couple of fights to look forward to. Parker, Takam. Well, that's the fight to look forward to, and that now gets top billing as the fight of the week, and we know that has the potential to be fight of the year. And then we've got David Haye 2, Heyday 2. But anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed my video today. If you've got any comments, leave them below. I will get involved. You get involved. Take part in the poll above. Click subscribe, and we'll see you in the next round.